Welcome to On Your Own Time, Be Gentle Yoga. This will be a 30-minute practice. Let's begin in a seated position. You'll want to sit up on the edge of a blanket or a block so that you can feel the natural curve in your lower spine. Take the hands to the thighs and begin to observe the breath. Close the eyes to cut out the distractions. And if you hear sounds in your surroundings, simply work them into your meditation as part of the harmony of life around you. We begin by observing the breath, noticing how the breath brings us into the present moment. Noticing the quality of the breath as it travels in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. As you come into a deeper awareness of the breath, begin to think of the sound of Om on your exhale. On your inhale, notice the breath, and on the exhale, the word Om. Make the Om nice and long with a long exhale, so that on the inhale you allow the bellows of the breath to expand in all directions, in front and behind, to the sides, all through the torso. Feel on each inhale that you grow a little taller. And on each exhale, you come in more contact with the earth below you. Perhaps the breath is bringing you to a calmer state of mind, all the flurry of thoughts calming down. Gently flutter the eyes open. And take your thighs, keep the thighs a little closer to the knees, so slide them forward if you're in cross-legged. If you're kneeling, you can also do this. It'll just be a little narrower. Inhale, grow tall through that spine from your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. On the exhale, gaze down at your left hand and begin to go towards the right knee with your left shoulder, watching your left hand slide down towards the mat. Look at the entire length of your arm as you bring that shoulder towards the right knee. You'll notice you'll dip down towards the right knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale, look at your right hand. Look down the length of your right arm as it reaches towards the mat and your right shoulder comes towards the left knee. On an exhale, squeezing out the air. Inhale, float up, exhale. Look at the hand. Inhale, float up, and look at your other hand. Repeat this motion, rotating your gaze as you reach that sternum towards the knee, towards the thigh. Inhale up, exhale. Feel the rotation in the hip socket as well. We're opening the hips here. Float yourself back up to vertical. Switch the cross of the legs if you're in cross-legged. And settle down the thighs here. We'll do the same thing, looking at the left hand, rotating, inhaling up, exhaling down. With each rotation, you feel a little more opening through your hips. Feeling that glide of the femur bone, the top of the femur bone in the hip socket. Allow the breath to be your guide. If any of these poses are uncomfortable for you, you can take another pose. Always, this is your practice. Come back up to vertical. Take the hands to the thighs and take the fingertips in towards the inner thighs and just press down on the thighs so you feel an extra sense of grounding through the hips. Release and then reach the arms out to the side. So now we're going to get a little movement in our rib cage. So reach your right arm over to the side as if you're grabbing a hand of someone you love, and then reach over, and then inhale back to center, exhale over to the left side. And this is your rib cage moving, not the hips. Side to side, like you're at a concert, listening to your favorite music and swaying and reaching out for your favorite people around you. Swaying back and forth. Take the hands down to the side, reach the fingertips back, spider hands, press through the fingertips. And as you press through the fingertips, feel that crown of the head growing even taller so you feel length through the spine, that tripod effect, so you can use your core strength, but also a little pressure on those fingertips. And then let's turn the chin over the right shoulder, back through center, exhale over to the left shoulder. Come back through center, look down at your heart. You're not hunching forward, so you keep those fingertips nice and grounded as you look at your heart. Noticing your breath again. Even noticing the expansion of the heart on the inhale and exhale. Let's bring the chin up again and look up at the bright sky. Exhale, and now bring the fingertips in front of you, walk them in front. Gently hinge at the hip. You can always take your hands to those hips and ground through those thighs again as you hinge at the hip and lean forward with the fingertips walking forward. Keeping long through the spine here, not hunching forward. We're undoing that rounding of the back. And then walk back and switch the legs again. And then we'll take the fingertips forward and walk so we feel that stretch on the other hip. Both hips, just in a different way. Inhale. As you inhale, grow taller. And exhale, feel the thighs settle a little more towards the earth. Walk your fingertips back up. We'll take a gentle twist here, keeping your left hand on that front left shin. We'll take the right fingertips behind. Again, use that leverage and that touch point of the fingers to inhale yourself taller. And then exhale, sigh it out and twist the ribs over to the right. Keep your gaze soft and then look gently over the right shoulder. Come back through center. Take your right hand to the right shin. Take your left fingertips beside you. Walk them back. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Ribs, sternum, shoulders, neck, and then the soft gaze over the left side. Come back to center, and now we'll switch to our tabletop position. And if any of our tabletop or knee flexion makes you uncomfortable, you can do these poses lying down. Come to cushion your knees below you and to our tabletop. Wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And keep that gentle curve in the lower back. Inhale through the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Send that energy there. And as you exhale nice and long, feel the navel hugging towards the spine.
activating those core muscles to press the air out, sigh it out. Inhale, exhale. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone towards the earth. Feel the rise of the back of your spine at the lower spine as you lift the ribs up towards the sky, and then drop the head and look at your knees. Inhale again, exhale, take the tailbone towards the sky, navel down towards the earth. Shoulder blades come together, and then you look up, cow. And then inhale, we'll try that cat again. You can keep the eyes closed, and in your mind's eye, visit the spine, each intricate vertebrae, and exhale into cow. One more time. Tuck that tailbone. Really see if you can use those core muscles to lift yourself even higher through the ribs. And exhale into cow. Here you are in your neutral spine again. And we're going to sway side to side. You're towards the hips. So you're rotating that right hip up towards the right ear, and the opposite left hip up towards the left ear. Following your breath as your guide. Coming back perhaps to that Om sound on your exhale, making it nice and long. And then come back to center. Here we are, strong in all fours, navel hugging towards the spine to keep that torso nice and stabilized. And then you're going to curl the right toes under and lengthen your right leg behind you. Find that stable core. Keep your hip bones nice and even as you lift that leg off the floor. Stabilize through your back shin and your front hand as you lift the left arm next to the left ear. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, come back to earth. Other side, regain that stability. Curl the left toes under, lengthen the leg behind you. And keep the hip bones even as you lift the leg off the floor. And then lift the right arm off the floor. Left leg, right arm. On the exhale, come back down. And we'll repeat this. I invite you to repeat this movement each time, noticing the stability in your torso and also the sound of your own breath. Inhale as you rise, exhale as you bring it down. Another rotation. Now take your knees back, come back to neutral spine, bring your knees back a couple of inches, your hands forward a couple of inches, and then we'll slide the hips forward into a nice knee plank. You're going to squeeze those area of the armpit, squeeze your shoulders down so that they're reaching towards the rib cage, stabilizing your shoulder muscles, and your crown of the head is in line with the sacrum, skull and sacrum aligned. Already, you can feel that toning of the navel towards the spine. Squeeze the glutes. And then we'll do lizard push-ups. Bend the elbows towards the earth, keeping them close to the ribs, and then back up again. And down and up. And down and up. Come back to all fours. And then we'll take the right foot forward. And you can use your hand on the ankle to bring it forward. Take a low lunge here through the right foot inside the right hand. You can take the fingertips, pulling the fingertips towards the back of the mat, engaging more of your muscles, keeping those hips even, getting a nice hip stretch here. Low lunge. And then draw that right foot back. Take the hands down, inhale. Left knee, left foot on inside of left hand. Again, even out those hips, Engage the muscles, those big muscles that stabilize us in our spine. Inhale as you exhale, open the hip up on the left side, feel that glide. And then come back to our all fours. Curl those toes under both of the feet, and then bring the hands closer to the body. And then we'll curl up through those feet, tiptoes, bring the thighs to the ribs, reaching outward, just getting long through those arms. And then we're going to come to standing. So move the blanket aside. And then if you want to take those feet closer to the hands, keeping the knees bent, reaching out, take the fingertips to the mat and reach those fingers, pull those fingers back towards the feet. And you'll feel that length through your back, through the spine. Come up to a flat back. You can begin to straighten your legs if you'd like, or just keep them bent. Take your hands to the hips. Inhale, come up to standing. We'll do a standing flow. So take your feet wide apart. Align the feet evenly. Inhale, feel your length of that spine, and exhale, feel that earth beneath you, beneath those big footprints that you've got your feet spread and you're in the sand, nice and stable, imaginary sand. Point the tailbone towards the earth. At the same time, feel a gentle tilt forward with the pelvis, keeping that lower back nice and even energy in the front of the body and the back of the body. Let's turn the right toes over to the side. Align that heel with the back arch of the left foot and angle the left foot about 30 to 45 degrees. Take the hands on the hips and just feel that as you gaze forward, feel the energy between the 2 feet and magnetize them together. You can even put a little pressure towards each other. And we're going to come into a flow between proud warrior and side angle. So inhale, grow tall. Begin to bend your right knee towards the middle 2 toes of the right foot. And you might want to adjust that back foot. Bring that knee as in much flexion as you'd like. And again, energize the feet together. Take the hands out to the side. So we're going to establish that strong foundation, like the foundation of a bridge below you. Just the legs are strong and you're going to flow more on top. So let's take the arms out to the side. Nice strong T. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and look over your right fingertips. Proud warrior. Feeling the energy behind your gaze as well as in front of your gaze, nice and even. And then bring the gaze forward. Bend the right elbow and begin to spill the pelvis over towards the right thigh. Bring the right elbow down to the right thigh as you keep those legs energized. Take your left thumb into the left armpit and lengthen that side of the body. Lengthen both sides away from the hips, and then reach your left arm next to the ear. Nice and long from your left foot all the way to your left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and long. Stabilizing through those feet and legs, let's sweep the left arm out long and float it up through an inhale back to proud warrior. And let's do this a few times, 3 times, using your breath as your guide. Come down into side angle. As you come into side angle, point that tailbone towards the left foot. Energize up, gaze over the fingertips. Alternating, keeping your legs nice and strong. Hips open. Sweep long. Stay stable. Look at those right fingertips. And then straighten the right leg. Bring the toes to parallel. From here, take the hands to the top of the thighs and hinge forward into a flat back. Take your hands to the top of the thighs. Take the fingertips towards the inner thighs and feel that inward rotation, freeing up your lower back. And then take your fingertips below you, growing nice and tall through the spine. Take the hands to the hips, float on up, and then take the left toes out to the side, same angle as the other side with the right foot angled. Hips nice and even here. Feel the energy between the feet. Bend the left knee towards the left middle two toes. Adjust your stance. You're dropping that pelvis in between the thighs. Nice and even, not leaning over, but growing tall. Arms out to the side, shoulders away from the ears. Look over your left fingertips. Strong in that foundation of the legs. Let's take the left arm, begin to lean down towards the left thigh. Take the left elbow to the left thigh. Take the right hand to the hip. And then take the right arm up towards take the right thumb into the right armpit. Let's lengthen ourselves here. And then reach up with the right arm next to the right ear, softening into this hip opener. Keep that shoulder, lower shoulder rolled away from your ear, and then rotate into Proud Warrior. And rotate this with your breath. Notice the stability as you exhale and feel that navel area squeeze towards the spine, activating your strong lower core. Beautiful. Let's straighten the left leg, hands to the hips. Heel toe yourself in to standing. Take the toes turned out. If you'd like to come down through a squat, you can do that, or you can go down to the floor, whatever's comfortable for you, depending on your knee, if you have any knee issues. So stand about hip width apart, begin to bend the knees, keeping them in line with those two toes, and we're going to drop the pelvis down into a squat. Hold your hands in prayer position. Come down into a squat. Really nice. And then bring the hips, bring the sits bones down. And we'll come into a happy baby. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Keep the knees hip width apart. Inhale the right knee towards your chest. Give it a hug. We'll take the right foot towards the ceiling. Half happy baby. As you do this happy baby, notice with your mind's eye where the sacrum is. Place that sacrum solidly on the mat, and you'll notice the different energy in that right hip. Send your oxygen there. And sigh out any tension. Nice and long exhale. Om. Take another happy baby as we let that right foot drop to the floor. Inhale the left knee to the chest. Give it a hug. And then we'll take ourselves at half happy baby. So the left knee is towards the left armpit. You can grab the thigh, you can grab the back of the thigh or the ankle or the side of the foot. But that right sole of the foot is up towards the sky. Bringing nice relaxed energy to that left hip. Those deep muscles. Releasing with each exhale. Let's bring the left foot down to the earth. Become aware of the sacrum as you inhale both knees towards the chest and then slightly towards the armpits. Grab the back of the thighs or the ankles or the sides of the feet. Relax the gaze. Make sure you're a happy baby, not a stressed out baby. You can roll side to side. See if you can place that sacrum down and your feet will come towards the bottom of the mat a little bit probably, and just explore that with the sacrum rooted on the earth. What openings occur in your hips? Knees drop towards the armpits with each exhale. Again, play with this side to side. Bring the soles of the feet together, hold the ankles, and come into that butterfly, both knees open. Pressing the feet together on the inhale and the exhale, feeling the opening across the inner thighs. And you can alternate with happy baby. And now bring the soles of the feet to the floor, knees together, feet a little bit wider than hip width. And we'll take our windshield wiper crazy legs with the right knee tracing the left shin down towards the foot and back up again, keeping in contact with the shin. So the other side, left knee traces right leg towards the foot, right shin towards the foot, and again, back up. Take your thumbs to your elbow creases and lengthen the body out above the head. Bring those forearms above the head, gazing up, relaxed as if you were gazing at the stars. Notice the openings you've created throughout the body in this brief practice, yet very valuable practice to bring to your day or night. And then bring the forearms above the head. And we'll take the elbows side to side in the opposite direction of the legs. And then we'll take the head side to side with the legs, twisting out the mid and upper spine. And then take your eyes and follow the elbows. Slow that down, bring the arms next to your sides and straighten out each leg, right leg, then left leg. Reach through the feet as if you're pressing onto a surface, standing on something through your feet, and then release with the exhale out to the side. Hips up towards the sky, palms up towards the sky. Push along the length of your arms on the floor and you'll lift that heart space up. Roll the shoulders underneath you and then settle down for a nice resting pose. Sealing in the practice, bringing all of that movement together, noticing the benefits of this practice today. Inhale, exhale, the sound of Om inside your mind. Relax the face. Relax the chest and the shoulders and the arms. Relax the organs and the hips, pelvis, both legs, relax. Ankles, feet, toes, your whole body. Another nice long exhale. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll over onto your right side. And meet me up in a seated position.
Hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. Taking a moment to appreciate mind, body, and spirit in harmony. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. Namaste.